Good morning and hey now, PASW, staff, clients, and friends joining us. Welcome to Wednesday's class. This is very special, and I'm very excited about today because today we are celebrating our 100th class. Can you believe that? Give yourselves a round of applause. 100 classes. You've probably listened to me for about 15 or 20 hours so far. Can you believe that? And the rest of the staff, of course. I really want to thank John, and I really want to thank the studio and the staff for all of their support and their hard work. Everybody's working so hard, as you are, with your assignments and watching these every day. So I'm very proud of all of us and all the work that we're doing in these times of uncertainty. Things will get better and great again. So thank you to everybody. Thank you for participating with all of, the staff is doing is great, terrific work, and it's a pleasure being working with such fine, intelligent, wonderful people. So, yes. Okay. Having said that, I was kicking around ideas just because I wanted to make this different for you guys and a little bit special or in a way. So I was reluctant to do it, but I think it's important. I thought to switch it up, I would share with you my music and share with you some of my life and my work. Most importantly, we'll go through my life, but of course, the emphasis is on my music, because who is this guy talking every day about other people and other people that are great thinkers and important people that have influenced me, and that I hope that you guys are really enjoying as well. So I thought that for our 100th class, I would tell you about me and my work, if that's okay. I think that we'll have fun and enjoy it. So let's do that. We're going to have a short class today about it and a short class tomorrow about it. Friday we'll do our film scoring results for the French Connection, and then I might do a few more of these just to spread them out and kind of go through different sections of music that I've written. So I think that'll be fun. We'll have fun. Okay, let's so welcome to the class of Alexander. So born in 1984, so I'm 35. I'll be 36 in a few weeks. And what's happened in 84? The big thing that happens in 84 is the Olympics in LA. That was a huge thing for Los Angeles to get, because it's, every 4 years or so in a different place. So the Olympics were happening probably right now in summertime. And then I was born in September. So that was a big part of what was happening in the city. And I grew up, actually I lived next door to where I grew up, in this lovely apartment that my parents had, and I live next door to it now. My sister would say that that's probably because I'm not able to move on with my life, but I know that's just a joke. I have an older sister who's a therapist, and a younger brother who's a painter, an artist. And as you guys have met and seen on Zoom with our Ennio Morricone class, he was very sweet enough to come and join us. And I'm the middle child, which explains a lot probably about my subtle rebellion and frustration at things. I'm very close to them. I'm very close to both my siblings and my entire family. They played a huge influence on the music I write, the way I write, my personality in my music. So we'll look at that a little bit. I was probably 2 or something when I left this really beautiful apartment. I remember images of it. I don't remember moments, but little pictures in my head of this place. And then we moved about a mile or two east to this lovely house. And this is a house I lived in for over 20 years, and we all lived together. in this gorgeous, gorgeous house that my mom made just so beautiful. And my dad, it was a joint effort. We would have parties, we would celebrate birthdays, we would have theme parties. It was lovely. Some of my favorite moments and memories of my life have been in this house, and in this house where we would celebrate and have a lot of laughs, a lot of fun. My sister's wedding, so many great things. And I would assume that a lot of my early impressions with music, well, I know this is the house that I fell in love with music. And I think at a young age, before I knew what music even was, I remember 4, 5, and 6, those ages of hearing my dad play the piano. And so that was probably the first time I was exposed to music. I remember playing outside, playing dress up, playing baseball, and then, my dad taking a little break because he was home homeschooling us and being with us. And my mom was working. She was a school teacher in education her whole life. And so I'd be playing upstairs or outside, and he would go and play the piano. And this was probably the first, and I mentioned this on David's Meet the Biz class, this was probably the first time that I would hear music, and that would reflect in what I was playing with my toys or whatever. And I would remember loving a lot of the music that my dad was playing. And I knew at that age that this was his original music. And I think it meant so much to him. And that's why it meant a lot to me, because it was so personal. And so that was the very first music. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I love this song that he's playing. And I love this song that he's playing. I didn't know how to tell him that. I still don't know how to tell him that sometimes. But he's a composer and a trumpet player, and taught me, was my first music teacher. My mom was also my first too. They both have music in their blood and in their bones, and she plays the piano as well. She plays his songs almost better than he does, but he might admit that. But he's a great piano player too. But my mom had piano lessons, and she's an excellent piano player. They both have great musical ears. They both can sit down and figure something out really quickly. I got that too from them, but I'm not a good sight reader, and I'll talk about my music lessons and misconceptions. And along with my dad playing the piano at home, the radio was always on, and KUSC was always on. It's still on at my house, actually. I have 3 or 4 radios in my apartment going on at the same time with the same station. It's just nice to always hear classical music in the background. But also when we would have parties, they would put on music a lot. And it's probably all the music that we know together that I've shared. It was probably around this time, before my music education, that my Uncle Johnny introduced me to the Beatles, introduced my sister and I to the Beatles. I was probably like 7 or 8 maybe. And we were at a car wash somewhere in Long Beach, and my sister was in the front seat. I was in the back. He said, there's this band called the Beatles. You guys should know them. And my Uncle Johnny's the biggest Beatles fan. I thought I was a fan. He is the biggest Beatles fan. And it's really beautiful to see how much love he has for these 4 boys from Liverpool. And he transferred that love to us. Obviously, my whole family's big fans. So in the back seat, I heard Drive My Car, and that was the first thing that I heard. And I remember my sister and I giggling every time they would go beep, 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 yeah. We just thought this, oh my gosh, it's so silly. Like we were mature or something like that. And it was just, we would look at each other every time that part would come. And we loved it. We just thought it was silly and goofy and fun. And we went home later that afternoon, and he showed us A Hard Day's Night. And that was the first getting familiar, and my sister, with this group, the Beatles. And but then around 9 or 10, I started taking music lessons. And that's when my dad started teaching me trumpet and piano. And my dad was really very smart in the sense that he made sure that I had piano lessons, even when I went to high school, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But he always made sure I had piano lessons, and I'm really thankful for that, because I didn't it's one instrument is enough. Why do I need two instruments at the same time? It just doesn't seem, I don't understand. Well, now I understand a lot, and I'm very thankful because with the piano I was able to write compositions and write music. All the years I've played trumpet, I've never written one single thing on the trumpet, and so is a great instrument to perform on for me, but I never wrote any music on it. I can't imagine writing something on the trumpet. So I've written 4 trumpets, but that's different. So my dad made sure I had piano lessons at the same time as trumpet lessons, and he taught me how to read music. And my mom did too, because they both had a musical education upbringing in the family, and then also real serious piano lessons and music lessons. Both of them had it, along with my aunt. My aunt is a great piano player, and I've talked about my aunt in the Scott Joplin class. So musical family for sure. My uncles, Uncle Ricky and Uncle Johnny, are great musicians. We jam together all the time. We play Beatles songs all the time. They were so important in my musical education growing up. And I know that we're only on maybe age 9 or 10 right now. So I want to keep these short. And we might do we will do a few different. We will do a part 2 tomorrow. But I want to give you guys a break to digest some of this. I think it's good. All of this music that you're listening to now in this class is all my music. So I'm being very vulnerable right now with you, and sharing some of myself, and also trying to, it's kind of stream of consciousness. So I'm really trying to put pieces together, and I hope this is interesting for us, and not just self-indulgent. So we're going to stop there for now. We'll do part 2 tomorrow. Then Friday we'll see our film scoring results for The French Connection. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for letting me share. I love you, miss you, and I will see you tomorrow.